What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. Okay. What's up, Pittsburgh? How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Not too shabby, man. Just enjoying the weekend.
Yeah, I feel you there, man. We say what's up to a few people in chat here. We got Santa cards with us. What is up, Santa? Ho, ho, ho to you too, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Nice, just leaving the card show. Hopefully you picked up some good stuff. We got Jeffrey in the house. Good to see you, my man. Yeah, we can talk some Pokemon. What kind of questions and or discussions would you like to bring up, man? I'm always down to talk a little Pokemans.
I seen Sasha T picked up a Charizard PSA 10 from back in the day.
That thing was nasty.
That was a huge trade.
Yep.
It's hard. It's hard enough trading for like a couple $100 cards to different people or vendors or whatever, but trading $300,000 or $400,000 worth of stuff is crazy. What is NFT?
Let's ask Google.
I think that's almost like Top Shop with football. I think. I know Gary Vee always posting different things about
non-fungible token. I have no idea. It's a cryptocurrency. Supposed to go mainstream. Here, I'll share the thing I'm looking at.
What's up, Steven? Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, Steven? Good to see you, bud.
He said that the Logan Paul trading thing he did like digital only.
Yeah, so this is essentially what it is. NFT non-fungible tokens.
$69 million last week. Wow.
Yeah, it says in simplest terms, NFTs transform digital works of art and other collectibles into a one-of-a-kind, verifiable asset that's easy to trade on blockchain. So that's actually kind of cool. You know, this blockchain, man, I know Gary Vee's been hyping it up pretty big too, like saying that it's going to kind of, change the way things are done. But as far as like the digital stuff, like I'm not a digital collector. You know what I mean? Like I always said, if Top Shot wants to be like, hey, Anthony, you want some free packs? I'd be like, heck yeah. But, I'm not going to deny it. But like, am I like in a hurry to run out and like, get any digital currencies or anything like that? Not really. But I mean, I agree. There's definitely big money there. So it does catch my eye whenever I see stuff like this happening. I don't have sorry, Verizon, you're not paying, Nate. Let's get you out the way. But yeah, I don't have like the education like on like the cryptocurrencies and like the digital collectibles kind of like I do with like the physical stuff. So yeah, I mean, I really don't know enough to give you guys any kind of like educated information on it, but it's cool. Like it definitely catches my interest, and I'm interested in learning more about that kind of stuff.
Steven asked, when sending bulk, how many cards to grade? Each company kind of does their own. It's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
With their thing, like with PSA, it's 20 and more. I know with GMA and I think CSG, they do 100, right?
Yeah, it's 100
for their bulk
as well.
They do that way. You get the best pricing, and at the same time or whatever. Jeffrey said he made himself into a boxing Pokemon card and sold different rarities of it, and it sold out in minutes. Big money for him. That's awesome, man.
That's awesome, man.
Today he pulled a rainbow rare battle style, so it made me feel good. I'll profit today. That's awesome, man.
That's awesome, dude.
What's up, Simeon? Good to see you, my friend. You've been having any issues like getting cards in or seeing tracking on different cards or anything like that?
Like the cheaper shipping or just in general?
Just in general.
I haven't, but I haven't been buying as much as I normally do, so like I wouldn't know anyway.
So I bought a couple slabs the other day. One of them came in today. The other one, I went and looked at the shipping, and it's not even like the label got printed. And that was it. Yeah. So I message the guy and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Do you ship this? And he goes, yeah, we're just, I guess he lives in Texas where they had that bad ice storm or whatever. And I guess they're still recovering from that somewhat. So I was just wondering if anybody's had any issues with anything coming in the mail like that, because I haven't gotten my Michael Porter Jr. red, white, and blue PSA 10 rookie.
If you want, I can try to intercept that package for you.
I'm about to call Joey Bada Bing up. They're like, hey, what's going on?
You know?
It says a couple cards I sold on eBay have been out for a few weeks and haven't arrived. Thankfully, they are being tracked. That's what's nice about with the new thing with eBay with their labels and envelopes and stuff like that. Like it has a tracking, so you're covered. You don't have to worry about them trying to say they never got the card or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of their new envelope system.
Yeah, I am too. Big time.
Yeah, MPJ is going to be a major problem in the league. I agree. Once he kind of, he definitely got the scoring knocked down. He just needs to understand how to play good team defense, and he's going to be an awesome player. So he's been kind of one of the guys I've been picking up more and more lately. I got a PSA 9 of his tricolor select, and then I picked up a PSA 10 of his Prism red, white, and blue. So I like MPJ, especially at the prices they're at right now.
Oh yeah, he's definitely way down from where he really should be price wise.
No, I see the modern market starting to do its thing again. So I'm excited because that means hopefully a nice nice wave of cash will be going up, because a lot of the cards I bought have went down a little bit, but they'll be going back up because of the playoffs.
I mean, the way I look at it, man, like a lot of the cards we've gotten recently, like it's really only thanks to the market like crapping on itself the past few weeks, just because things are down, it makes it such a great buying opportunity. Whereas like right now, like most people should be buying like football, baseball, trying to get those, off-season prices and stuff. But like basketball has given us a gift this season.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I've, since coming back into collecting and investing and everything like that was our first like big like shift in the market, you know what I mean? And I know because of the timing of a few people saying certain things, and it made me think twice a little bit, like it made me kind of pause and look and see what's going on, because with the market and everything, money can come in and come out real quick.
Absolutely. What's up, Wicked? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here.
Good to see you. Yeah, I like the Nuggets. I like our team. I just wish Murray and Joker kind of got everyone more involved a little more. I mean, Joker, of course, is a great passer, great, got great. He's the man coming out the post or bringing the ball, doing this thing. So, he's a walking almost triple double. But, like I was watching, I don't think it was last night. Yeah, maybe it was last night. They were playing the Bulls, and a couple times I'm like, man, MPJ's wide open. I'm like hoping he would shoot three or get the ball, and they end up just kind of running their 2-man offense. So it's kind of, I guess, just how they're set up through with everything with their coach and everything like that.
Definitely, dude. I honestly, like draft night, I totally thought MPJ was going to become a Cav there. Like I still like am like how did they pass on MPJ like falling that far? And I get it, you know what I mean? Like you wanted to go in a different direction with Sexton and everything like that, and it's looking like a good move now. But man, like I totally thought the Cavs are about to like hit a home run and grab MPJ during that draft.
The Naked Engineer, what is up? He said, do you think stars like Scottie Pippen, David Robinson, Shaq, Sean Kemp, etc., underrated compared to modern players? I'm surprised kind of Scottie Pippen's stuff isn't up more money than what it is, even with the vintage kind of, all going crazy recently and everything like that. So I was keeping an eye on a couple of his cards, like especially his rookie and things like that. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Even David Robinson, Shaq cards have been doing okay. You know what I mean? Like, especially his like beam team and his Topps Gold and things like that. So I some of those guys, like for example, like Sean Kemp, they never had a ring, never won. They fought hard against the Bulls in the '90s. They had that one year. I believe they went to the finals. I believe it was versus the Bulls, and it just no, maybe it wasn't the finals. I think it was like I don't know, I can't remember, but they definitely had some good teams. They just couldn't get it done. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's what some of these, we're looking at, when thinking about some of these guys and their prices, like it's based on their total success and team success,
Yeah, definitely. Completely agree.
We got Thrift Beast in the house. What up?
What's up, Chris? Good to see you, man.
Ayo said, with Braun getting hurt, Jokic a shoe-in for MVP?
I don't know, man. I don't know if he is,
It's going to be, I think it's going to
be. It really is going to depend on how long he's out for and how long Embiid's out for, like those type of things, because those two have really looked really great this year as well.
Santa Cards, what up? 96 final. There you go. Thank you, Santa Cards.
Nice.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Ayo said, do you guys notice yourself buying more PSA 8s? I know I am, and I'm loving it. I don't really buy anything basically lower than a 9. But I did buy a Michael Porter the other day. It was a Premier 8, and it was like, I think I got it for like $25. Nice. So, I mean, for being a select Premier or in a PSA slab, I figure it's one of those cards that I don't have much money into, and it'll be added into my Michael Porter lot of stuff that I have that if they have any success like it did last year during the playoffs, I'll be able to really cash in. But I mean, those prices that you could pick up 8s for is penny on a dollar what they used to go for now. So, with everything starting to kind of get back to normal, modern wise prices, if you bought some of those 8s at super cheap prices, you're going to be making some good money.
Yeah, dude, I definitely think modern is going to start going like off again once Prism and stuff's out. You know what I mean? Because everybody's going to be chasing Prism, Optic, and Select, especially now it's Select's at retail this year.
I've been just like literally as I'm watching auctions and stuff like for Donruss, like blasters and stuff like that, and I'm like fighting myself not to bid because I just want to rip some hoop product, but at the same time, like I am waiting for the other stuff because if I'm going to pay up for something, at least I know that if I pay up for some Prism or whatever, those prices are going to be there and should stay there.
Definitely. Yeah, I completely agree.
I know you like, ripping all types of product when you can find it. If you can find it retail, it's not too bad because you're not paying over what, the cost is and everything like that. But if you can find it retail, I'd rip it up.
Definitely.
Ayo said, next Dallas show, I'm predicting the hot buy will be MPJ. That's my hot take. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, because me and Nate both picked up some MPJ recently.
Yeah, literally. Like, I was just showing Picksburgh a couple of things that I got, and I always had a couple MPJs, in the slab folder over here. But I honestly think he's going to be a good player, man. I like him.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. I mean, for him, like really, it's always ever been about health. You know what I mean? Because he came into the league with like a pretty serious back injury. You know what I mean? So like really, the only question with MPJ was health because that dude's such a freak, just athletically and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I could just see how that guy shoots and everything, and I could tell he was a baller from the first time I seen him take a jump shot. So it's just that form and that and everything else that he has.
Sure. When is the next Dallas show? Isn't it in May sometime? From what I understand. Do you have any idea, Nate? Or are you frozen? Any of you guys have any card shows coming up in any of your local areas? I was just telling Nate before we went live, I'm pretty sure that there's one coming up next weekend in Ohio that I will most likely go to. I can't quite remember off the top of my head where it's located or anything like that, because a buddy of mine hit me up about it. But I will most likely be traveling to Ohio next Saturday for a show. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've heard that there's going to be at least 40 tables there. So that'll at least give us, a little something to dig through and whatnot. But that's like my new favorite addiction is going to card shows. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably feel the same way. I actually had a couple Sean Kemp's, speaking of Sean Kemp, that I was going to send to SGC at this last order. But if any of you guys saw my video today, I was talking about how my cat likes to bite the little tabbies that I use for grading. And he got one of my Sean Kemp's out of its case, and I actually rolled over it in my office chair and had no idea. I was so salty too, because I'm an OG Kemp fan, because he was a Cav, and obviously anybody who's a Cav is near and dear in my heart. Oh yeah, AO man, you would love it, man. Oh, that's cool, Rick. He said he's got one coming up in Boston. That's awesome. I was telling my wife that eventually what I'd like to do, because I have so many grading submissions out and stuff like that, I would like to just start traveling around to all of these different shows, you know what I mean? And I feel like there'd be a ton of money to be made with the type of inventory that, that I have on the way back from PSA and stuff that I already have, kind of in-house.
Sounds like working.
What up, Craig? Good to see you, man. Ayo, yeah, we both do sell on eBay. I'm pretty sure Nate probably has a link in his description for his store, and I normally keep links in my descriptions for my store as well. But yeah, we do buy and sell a lot on eBay. You all right over there, Nate? We can see you back. We just can't hear you because you're muted. We actually didn't go to the Dallas card show, AO. We've been going to a lot of the local ones around Pittsburgh and Ohio and those places. I would love to go to the Dallas card show, or basically any of these other ones. And eventually, like I was saying, I want to be able to do that, every month, just, maybe hit a different card show in a different area just to see some different inventory and stuff like that. It's a nice thing about, grading so much is it's just, you have so much liquid stuff, last time we went right off of me getting a SGC order back, and I was able to take a bunch of cards that I really didn't care about and turn that into, a Tatum Prism, one of the cards I've been chasing for a while.
1 second.
What's that name? Oh, you mean on eBay? Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's hard for me to judge whether or not things are slowing down on eBay, because full transparency, sometimes I'll go several days without even listing stuff, and a lot of times when you're not listing, eBay doesn't really give you that good push, with pushing your products and stuff like that out there. So I don't know if that has anything to do with some of the days that go a little bit deader on me or what, but I definitely know there was a lot of guys pulling a lot of money together for that show. I mean, personally, I would rather buy a card in person than off of eBay, because then you can see it and know exactly what you're getting. Because even if you're getting a graded card, for example, I bought an Zion Williamson optic from his rated rookie or whatnot. And by the time I got it in, and sometimes people will take pictures and really just make the thing look better than it is. Even as an SGC 9, it came in and it was so miscut. I don't even know how SGC gave it a 9. It was so miscut. But those are some things that you got to keep an eye out for. Did any of you guys attend the Dallas show? Like if I was able to, make it, I totally would have gone. Just with vacation, me and my wife just got back from vacation last week. We went to Las Vegas for a few days, so we wrapped up a lot of money in that. I didn't really have too much, extra liquidity besides what I've been sending away for grading. Just checking on the beard, guys. He's got no sound on his end. All right, so he's fixing his sound. What up, Mama? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. How'd your auction go today, Mama? Hopefully it was awesome. Any of you guys are into jewelry, Hip Flipping Mama got the hookup with the bling bling. So make sure you check out Mama. Nate's having some technical difficulties, Mama. He can't hear us. You guys this show got way more handsome just now. I gotta say, it got a lot more handsome. But let me show you guys a few of these cards real quick while we're waiting on Nate to figure out what's going on. So I just went through and I did a bunch of pre-grading, and there's definitely some heat going in our next submission. Now, some of this stuff is actually going to be for HGA. So that's going to be really dope to see some of these cards in like HGA colors. Let me show you one that's going to look completely disgusting in HGA. Check out this Lebron. So this is like a Flair Retro series. This is like the OG like 1988 Flair look. So imagine this in an HGA slab with the wine and gold Cavalier colors on it. That's going to look so nasty. And this card is like one of the cleanest like paper cards I've ever seen. Like I cannot wait to see how that grades. But yeah, I just went through a huge stack, and there's some major heat going in. Yeah, Mama. Tony Hansen show. Yeah, I appreciate it too, Simeon. Appreciate you being here. Looks like Nate's back.
I can hear now.
Sorry
about that.
Real quick, I got to show him one more card before we go back to the Nate show. Check this out, dude. Have you ever seen this? This is
Lebron?
An actual baseball card from Topps.
That's awesome.
Is this his rookie year, maybe? Yeah, this is a LeBron rookie year baseball card. I think it's so dope, man.
I seen that, I think a week ago, someone showed me one of those. I didn't even know it was one of those either. It was pretty cool.
Oh, my God, dude. I was going through like the nastiest stack of stuff, pre-grading stuff, because me and Marty are going to be doing some like HGAs and, some like different CMC or not CMC, CGCs and, like trying a couple different companies.
What's up, Rick? Sorry I missed you. I was having some technical difficulties. Apologize, guys.
What's up, Marty? Good to see you, man.
Marty, appreciate you being here.
Probably, man. Like I would think it probably will, which is, in my opinion, a good thing because, like I think even if LeBron would never play, another, game, like I think he's already cemented on Mount Rushmore. So, like, personally, like, if his stuff dips enough, I'll definitely try to buy a little bit more of it. So I feel like I was starting to get priced out of that PSA 10.
I don't think his like rookie stuff or his second year, like the vintage stuff of him. Well, I guess you can't really call that vintage, but the older stuff of him.
Yeah, I
think that those prices will stay basically the same, but his modern stuff, like from recent, you might see drop a little bit because it's typically what you see what happens for the most part, like when guys get injured like that who have like a pretty awesome career sheet already.
Yeah, for sure.
Mama
Yeah,
said
there's
that.
some like absolute nasty stuff in this pile, though, man. Like it, oh, man.
Mama said
Can't
it's
wait
the
to see what these.
Tony Hansen show.
You know it. Bring this guy out.
There he is. Yeah, I just think I don't think LeBron's prices will drop. I think they'll be pretty pretty good. I think they'll be pretty much staying the same. I know his prices have dropped a little bit on his rookies, but I mean that's just kind of the wave that happens. You'll see it all build up with hype, everyone going after like the vintage and stuff like that, and then once we get close to the playoffs, it'll really drop. And then like if he would win again or Kevin Durant win again, their prices will go up a little bit, but after the season, that's the best time to buy. Is there any cards you're hoping to add to your like PC / 401k like dream cards coming up soon that may be in your reach maybe now?
I don't know if it's like a dream card, but like the next thing I really want to add is a Donovan Mitchell rookie auto. Like that's like next on my list.
I'm hoping to. I was looking at some of his short prints and stuff like that. I just can't find any under market because that's kind of the only way I'll buy some stuff sometimes is
yeah.
I want to snipe and get that super deal so this way when the market fluctuates or whatever I'm still under the price and I don't really take any losses on anything.
Yeah. What's up, Freddie? Good to see you, man.
What up, bud?
Mama, yeah, I am familiar with him. Thank you for sending that. I actually didn't even notice you sent that till just now when I went over and looked. Yeah, I've bought some stuff from him before.
So I know you've been saying you've been picking up some autos or trying to get more autos, more and less. Is it because of the base stuff getting hit, or are you just trying to kind of get something a little different than most people are going after?
A little bit of both, to be honest with you. I want to shore up my investments a little bit. You know what I mean? Just in case the base market does take a tank. You know what I mean? I at least want to have something a little bit more rare. But I really believe that like autos are going to see some value. You know what I mean? Like we were talking on Sports Card Anonymous last night with Dakota, and we were talking about a few different things that we think are going to really see some value. And like, I thought autos, and he had mentioned, like the relic cards that are like real relics and not just like this piece of material is not associated with any player, game, or league or like anything. You know what I mean? Like this might as well be toilet paper in the card. So like, I think that those like numbered, like real relic cards, like this is an actual game used jersey that player X, Y, or Z actually played a game with, will eventually have some more value.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that they would even have any cards that have memorabilia on them, especially from this upcoming rookie class just came out, and on the back they'll say that like this has nothing to do with the player. This was never game worn. Like, why would you even make the card like that?
Exactly.
That just makes the memorabilia side of things just kind of have a black eye, because you almost have to read on the back of every card that you're getting or wanting to pick up and say, well, did he at least wear this? Is this from high school, college? Like, is this something that fell out of his gym locker? Like, what are we talking about here? So
one thing that really made me look into it, man, was I saw a bunch of Claypool stuff on eBay that I was thinking about buying, like RPAs. And the way that the number, like, because it was like a chunky patch of like the number, and the way it was rounded like an 8 or like a 0. I'm thinking Claypool wears 11, so I should be seeing some part of a 1, and there's nothing rounded like an 8 or a 0. You know what I mean? And then I started really looking into it and seeing that now it's like not even like, this is a player worn jersey. So at least Claypool wore the jersey one time. It's like now it's just like it could be anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
What's up, Tom? Good to see you, man.
What up, Tom T? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. And like I said, it just makes the mem market just look horrible. And devalue a lot of the stuff just because that's even getting printed like that. And honestly, I'm kind of disappointed by Panini for even, putting out something like that, to be honest,
Yeah.
What up, Paul?
Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you being here.
It's almost good.
I was going to say, even for guys like us, like memorabilia cards, like knowing that like they literally have no significance or anything like that. But on top of that, like they're super tough to grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really trying to get max value out of them is really tough because now they've become in my opinion, they're like the fidget spinner of the trading card community right now. You know what I mean? It's something that like used to be cool, but now it's just like kind of played out and it's like doesn't even mean anything anymore type thing. And that's what sucks because like that is such a cool concept that you can actually own a piece of history. They need to get back to the time where it was like this piece of material is from this game. This is what happened during that game, because that was kind of how it started. You know what I mean? Like this is the official blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And like, in my opinion, that's super cool. Like, because you're essentially with that capturing the feeling people want with the whole Top Shot thing. You're capturing the moment. You know what I mean? Like imagine if you had a Franco Harris relic card from like the game where he had the immaculate reception. Tell me, like, as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you wouldn't like go wild for that. Like I would die to have that. You know what I mean? Like that would be amazing.
I agree. Yeah. I just think they're Panini's almost at a point where they're, to make the card market boom and stay booming, do it this way, and they almost went the opposite way on a few things. The print runs are starting to get a little high on certain stuff. I mean, they're probably nowhere near the 90s, but you know what I mean? For what it is right now, all the base that we're seeing and everything else, you're seeing 20,000 graded, Lucas and different things like that. And you know what I mean? And now with the mem cards, like, did they learn nothing from the 90s? Did they, and they were talking about, oh, we're going to, we've learned from the 90s and this and that. I don't think they have because, they're doing stuff like that is just really hurting the awesomeness of the market because like this exact thing that you said about like the Franco Harris, like say you got a piece of the ball or whatever from the Immaculate Reception, like that would be epic. Or you got like a Kobe, one of his patches or whatever, and it was worn from this game. And like, say you went to that game, you could, that would have so much more value for you, So it's just kind of, it's kind of upsetting to be honest,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Paul says that he's had a Ty Cobb bat relic card for 10 years. I've never even had an offer on it. And that should be something people should go crazy after,
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you like cards.
Franco Harris he's an amazing guy. He looks exactly like my uncle. If you ever see my uncle, man, you'd think that's his twin. Lone Star Picker, what up?
Hey, Louie, good to see you, man.
He said it is upsetting. It is, man. It honestly is because, like, me in the card market, there's the investor side, there's a collector side, and there's a like PC side, and like the mem cards and stuff was like part of that. What drove me back in the card market. It wasn't just for the money or whatever. Like I really like what they were doing, and now it's I don't know, man. It's upsetting.
Yeah, I completely agree, man.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a good weekend. Hopefully my sound stays on for the rest of the show.
Yeah,
I never had issues like this, and now I'm having problems. It's really weird.
It would help that more slabs.
Yes.
You don't have enough slabs in the background. There we go. Yeah, I keep telling my wife, like, as soon as that stimmy hits, she needs to get me one of them, Sasha T, like, slab suitcases. Because, like, I can't keep rolling out to the, card shows like this.
There needs to be some type of, like, even like a, like, binder system or something that you can kind of slide slabs in. That would be awesome. And you can just flip through the pages.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be slabolicious.
It definitely would be.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna convert over out, or at least try to. I have this it's like for a camera or maybe a pew pew type case. So I'm gonna try and like convert that into like something where I'm able to put my real heat in if I ever take it anywhere, because those cases are like the foam and everything's really nice in them and everything.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree with you there too, Paul.
Yeah, I for sure. I mean, like the stickers, it takes a little luster off of the card a little bit, but at least it's still an auto. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There needs to be more on card stuff. It just makes it more personable, more exciting as a person to open a pack, not just knowing, well, he signed 900 different sheets of stickers or whatever, and now they're just divvying out as they see it per set per year or whatever.
Yeah.
Mama said we should just use postcard clear pages. I don't know if that would be big enough, unless maybe I'm thinking of the wrong like page or whatever. But
I guess if you got the right thickness, it might actually work.
I might have to try that out.
Because if you think about like postcard being, kind of like this thick, and the slab being like this thick, it might be just big enough to like hold it. You know what I mean? But it would just kind of depend on that.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you guys an update on PSA. It's something I look at like 9 times a day.
So what you're saying is you like turtles. Because that's how they grade.
Most importantly, the Express is the thing I'm most excited about, because I'm starting to get close to my first one come back on Express. But as you see, the vintage or the values of those other ones are starting to take a little longer. But
so which ones are the values the ones that I'm in?
Yeah, you're in the ultra modern.
Uh-huh.
So this would be the enter date, and then here's the the other older, a little bit older stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the enter date is what these dates are. So if it's you kind of get a good idea of how far behind or how long the wait will be, but they're making okay strides. Like they're from every day that passes, sometimes they'll complete multiple days in a day. So
like when are they saying, like, for example, like the first order that I'm like the first one that I sent, when are they saying that's due to be back? Are we still at like a pregnancy, or are we like getting quicker?
Well, on the first one that we have,
Mama, she said statistics. I'm out.
for the first one that we sent in, it was entered, which that's the date you have to look for. It was entered February 11th.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably, let me go back. What date was that?
I'm down, Freddie. I'll totally go, man. Just let me know when, and I will be there.
See, so for
Nate said he'll pay for it. All that good investment money.
Dude, that'd be awesome for all of us. We could get to a game, man. I love me some Steelers. Can't believe they signed Juju back. Bet your wife
I was glad about that. I like Juju. I think he's good for the team.
I would have rather had them go after some O-line help with that money, but the way that contract was set up, I mean, that was a win-win, because I mean, the way that they have it set up or whatever with it in the voidable years or whatever the case is, like they're essentially paying him $1.6 million this year, but they technically say we IOU for the next 3 years or whatever, that even though he might not be on the team. So
yeah, Juju is like, please, Mr. Colbert, don't make me go to become a doo-doo pigeon.
he turned down less money from the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Eagles. I heard the Eagles had a bigger deal that they were trying to put out for him, and he wasn't biting. So either he was thinking his market was way higher than what it was, or people looked at him as a possible like AB type of situation a little bit, I think.
I don't think anyone looked at him like an AB. I think the thing with Juju is like he just hasn't really proven that he's a number one receiver. So like to really give him like a number one receiver contract just because he hasn't really shown like in the lack of AB, you know what I mean? Like he's been significantly less than what he was when AB was, you know, alongside him.
I mean, his his statistics and stuff for the last couple of years without AB have been down, but they also, kind of, their season kind of fell apart towards the end too. So it was almost like he only played like 3/4 of the season because after week 12 they were basically out of it.
Yeah.
Because I
think the team still has potential, man. Like if they could somehow like get any kind of ground game going, that was the Achilles heel because you figured now we're going to have all of those linebackers back that were injured. You know what I mean? Like just having Bush back, just having Dupree back, just having, dude, even Spillane, bro. Like Spillane was huge last year. Like, and I didn't even know who the heck Spillane was coming into the year. You know what I mean? He played some like major snaps for us. So I feel like having those guys back healthy is going to be huge for us. So like that right there automatically make us better than we were at the end of the year. Plus, like, I mean, they need to figure something out this running game, man. Like, obviously, Connor's probably gone. I'm guessing it's probably a mixture of Benny Snell and, Booker Jr. So
I'm hoping Booker Jr. can take some big strides. I like how he is. Like, he's shifty. He reminds me kind of Le'Veon, like, of a back. So like I was hoping we would see a little more of that, but I don't think we just didn't see enough of him to really see what's going on. But like Juju's statistics for the last couple of years were okay. I mean, like his targets were down ever since basically 18 season. He had 166 targets in that year, and then the following year he only played 12 games because he was hurt. And then last year he ended up having 97 receptions, but he only had 831 yards. So there was way down yardage wise. So, I mean, part of that was just our offense, but also it was, kind of what Juju is. He's not really a super deep threat, you know what I mean? But, you get him in some space, he can make some things happen, just not as much as I would say like Johnson or maybe Claypool.
Yeah,
those dudes have some wheels.
I mean, I think either way, still having 4 like really serviceable wide receivers is like it's such an awesome problem to have.
Yeah. That was one thing I was really worried about is our O-line. I mean, we lost some pieces. We lost Vince Williams. We were possibly going to leave Steven Nelson.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they went to him and told him like, hey, can you work with us on your salary and do some type of signing bonus thing like they do with everyone else. And I guess he wasn't happy about it or whatever the case may be. So he's now looking to get traded. So unless they're going to trade him for maybe like an offensive lineman or something like that, because we can put Cam Sutton out there as our second corner. He played decent enough to play, but we have so much money out there on our defense, and now with our offense starting to certain players starting to pick up some stuff. So it was a very hard thing to balance the cap this year. So for us to kind of replicate what we did last year or have more excess, it's going to be hard this year unless we have some guys that come out of the draft or maybe it's a couple young guys that really play insane like. Freddie said, what happened to us the last half of the year to us was teams figured out the short passing game. We couldn't throw deep, had no running game, so everyone was stacking the box. That and like, whenever you're playing that short pass game, that you're not worried about getting burnt deep or maybe a guy making a double move or whatever the case is. So you're playing in front of you're basically playing front and jump the routes, and that's what makes it hard. You know what I mean? And like you said, like with the running game, them having no running game, is making it tough on the defense because they're not, they're on the field longer. We're not running the clock, so the games take longer and longer. So, but we'll see how the Steelers shake things up. We'll see.
I think they'll be better than people are saying they're going to be. Do I think they're going to come out and be like an undefeated team again? No, but I think they'll be competitive. Like I think they have a chance to make the playoffs. You know what I mean? It's going to probably be down to us, the Browns, and the Ravens again.
I'm just worried about our line, man, because if we don't have Villanueva coming back, we don't have our center Pouncey retired. So I mean, we have like about 3 starting lineman positions to either draft or find in free agency.
Yep, I know, man. I mean, it's possible though. You know what I mean? Like there may be some players that like might take a sweetheart deal to come try to like win a championship. Hopefully.
I think we'll see more and more of that as time goes, especially now. A lot of the money is gone from a lot of teams. You know what I mean? What's crazy is you see what the Patriots did this year with just signing people. Yeah, they never do that. So,
yeah, they want to get back in it.
Yeah, they were like, well, we'll see about Brady going to another Super Bowl. We'll load up with players that are anti-Brady and try and beat you.
Yeah, most likely.
Have you ripped any Donner stuff?
Not yet. No, I haven't found any. Like I've found like no cards at all. Like the closest thing I've come to finding is the 2 like winter boxes that I ripped that I found in Las Vegas at the LCS. But I like paid like secondary prices for those.
I was thinking about picking up some Donner's Choice, but prices just went crazy, man. Like I said, I'm just itching to like rip stuff, but
yeah,
I haven't really ripped anything I wanted to really rip since like Mosaic from Joey Bada Bing sent us that stuff. So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's impossible to find, man. Especially like for you, and you can't just like get up and go like the days they supposedly stock and like sit around the store waiting for them.
Right.
That's what's tough, man. Like, if it was like easier to get cards, man, like I would be like ripping cards every day. Like, I would probably have 2 channels, like one just for like all of like my other type of card stuff, and one just straightly for ripping because I would rip so much product. You know what I mean? But it's like it's possible to find.
With modern taking a little bit of a dip, it hurts too because like when you're ripping, you're not it's harder to make your money back out of each pack. So.
Especially with the prices going up so high too.
Yeah, with grading, and we were talking about that before the show and stuff like that. Just I'm still trying to figure out my game plan. I mean, I'm still of course going to use PSA and still send some stuff bulk, because they raised their max declared value and stuff like that, which makes it a little bit easier, not having to overpay on like the bulk stuff or whatever. But whenever you're paying $25 for, grading a card, and then, say you paid $20 for the card, you almost have to grade stuff. It's like $150 and up after, like, if you sell on eBay and, things like that, you know what I mean? So,
yeah. Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot tougher, man. Unless you're willing to like go with like a lower end service, you know what I mean, for some of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think moving forward, you might see myself possibly grading up to 3 companies like periodically throughout. I think of course PSA, and then it's either going to be SGC or HGA. The HGA is a little bit harder, but you're getting back about the same time wise. HGA is guaranteed 10 days, and you got your order back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So a couple day difference. So the thing that I've been doing is I've been kind of just tracking these sell prices on certain cards and stuff like that. So I'm almost done. So I'll have a video coming up letting you guys know what my thoughts are on the different companies and which is the best bang for your buck at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to almost start from scratch after all the price changes and everything, you know what I mean? And just with the way the modern market is and everything, you got to be careful with where and how you spend your money and whatnot.
Definitely. I mean, unless you're really buying these guys super early and buying lots of, rookie lots of these guys, and maybe they're not even getting any run or whatever, and you're just buying 10 or 12, cards at a time for $2 or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I mean, it could get expensive, you know what I mean? Just grabbing that type of stuff makes it a little bit harder, but
Yeah. I mean, even the logic you broke down earlier, because I don't think of it in these terms very much, because a lot of the stuff I grade, most of it's stuff I found at retail ripped and like have very little money into, you know what I mean? So for me, like, because you broke it down in terms of, well, you may have to spend $20, $30 buying the card, then probably a minimum of 25 to 35 to grade the card. You know what I mean? So right off the bat, you're at like the $50 to $60 mark, and that's even before eBay fees, shipping, or like any of that stuff. So like in my mind, I don't really factor those decisions in like as logically as you do. You know what I mean? Like those are things I don't even think of. I just think, oh man, that looks slick in a black slab. Let me send that out to SGC. But these are things like it's challenging me hearing you say that, because like those are things I should look into before I send it. You know what I mean? Like more so than just, oh man, that's going to look slick. You know what I mean? I feel like I could ask for a little bit more. Like, let's look into the stats and make sure, you know what I mean, I can get what I'm wanting on the card type thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like one of the things I was asking you, like like SGC, like because I don't have a lot of it, so I don't have enough like data for myself to kind of just know it from selling the product, and that's why I was like asking you. I'm like, how close are you getting to PSA? Because on some slabs I'm seeing, and I buy a lot of auctions, so keep that in mind when I'm talking about this. But it's like 20 to 40%, difference. So, and a lot of that's just because of auctions. Maybe depending on the time I'm up, or looking at stuff in the middle of the 2:00 in the morning or whatever, and prices don't always hit what they're supposed to hit, especially that time. So, you know what I mean? Just that's the stuff I think about, because the one thing I did like about cards and like the whole grading raw process and everything like that is, for the most part, you don't have a lot of money involved. But now with all the prices going up and everything else, and everything having to be a little more pickier because of that, you know what I mean? That's kind of why I've kind of just, let's just see how this plays out, because the fast flip, fast turnaround is very, very nice to have and a great thing like that, but I just worried about the bottom line a little bit.
Here's some good examples of things like I probably won't be sending SGC. These are out of my last submission. Like literally sent this in like a day or two before they went to $25 a card. For example, like this card right here, I've listed for $25 on eBay. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not really making a whole lot of money off of this card. Granted, it's one of like several that I ripped, you know what I mean? So I'm not like really losing money on it either, but I was just looking like, oh man, I just think that, like that's going to look really good in a black slab, you know what I mean? So like, that was why I sent that card into them. But, things like that moving forward, like this might be GMA stuff moving forward. You know what I mean? This may not be something I send to a higher end grading company. It might just be something that I reserve for the CGCs and the GMAs, because it's harder to make decent money on it. Or it might just be like, this stuff is just like raw sells now. You know what I mean? Like it's not necessarily something that, is something that is going to be worth grading moving forward, and obviously like he comes out and he actually gets meaningful minutes, then it's going to be like, oh, I'm so smart, I graded that. But if you're doing it for the quick flip, you know what I mean? Like it may not be worth grading that stuff now that the prices have gone up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with you opening as much retail as you do, I mean, you don't open up a super ton, but you open up a decent amount, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're, like you said, you're getting stuff a lot cheaper than maybe like I would, or maybe some of the other people that are in chat and stuff like that, because you are ripping, you are getting these out, and you get your 1 or 2, 3, 4 money cards out of the blaster or whatever, and then whatever's left, if you're able to make a couple bucks off it, then it's a bonus. You know what I mean? So there's so many different ways in business models and business plans that you can do with sports cards, and that's what I really like about it, because like it's kind of like the reselling stuff, like when we used to do eBay and Amazon, on just the reselling stuff. There's so many ways you can do it. There's so many ways to make it your own and turn it into something that you enjoy, or maybe you're better fit at, and everything else. I know for me personally, because of like my job and everything like that, like me waiting for like stuff at PSA, knowing that I'm going to get, top dollar or almost top dollar or whatever, like it's okay. But like, now looking at that dates and stuff we are looking at before, it's like, man, maybe 6 months, 4 months. I mean, I've been really trying to chart it so this way I can get a good idea, and things should improve moving forward, but we'll see.
That's the crazy thing too, man. Like just thinking of like, could you have like turned these orders over several times by now? You know what I mean? And like, kind of where could you be in the flip game? You know what I mean? Like if you would have say taken like even 25% of the stuff you sent to PSA and maybe like, almost like you do with stocks where you kind of will spread it out a little bit, you know what I mean? A little bit wider, you know what I mean? Like who knows like what you would have been able to, and that's something that you might learn now that you're going to be trying a couple different other things, you know what I mean? Like, is that something that works for your business model? Because it might not, you know what I mean? Like for me, like I know that ultimately there's always going to be somebody who wants to get somebody's card graded, but doesn't want to spend, PSA 10 money. So, they might just be a Buffalo Bills fan and they might just want to be like, oh, you know what? That's $10. I will buy that card. Or, you know what I mean? Like, so I try to make sure that I like appeal to a little bit of everybody because I know that there's like a market for, a little bit of everything in the hobby. You know what I mean? Because there's people that are just strictly PC people that could care less about, reselling the cards or accruing value. They just want something cool for their own personal collection. You know what I mean? And like, you can definitely accommodate that through, a number of different ways with grading.
Definitely. And like you said, like depending on your bankroll and everything else that you got going on, doing these faster flips through SGC or GMA, or no, GMA, HGA, those companies might be the best bet, but it's a lot of it has to do with how you're buying. You know what I mean? Are you ripping? If you're ripping, that might be the best way because you're turning and burning, and you're getting them back so quick that you're not seeing the market dip down and go up before you get your cards back. That's what's basically going to happen with PSA. Like a lot of the stuff that you sent in, I sent in, at the time we probably sent it in, the market was probably super hot on those players and those guys. But, when we get them back, the modern market,
yes, Mama, they're gone.
Might dip. I should bring them back. I just keep a chart on deck somewhere. But we've been on for an hour. Any questions in the chat before we head out? Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Never really happens to us, but what can I say?
It happens to the best of them.
All right.
Happened to us. I'm just kidding. Before we do go, though, guys, I want to remind anybody that if you want to get in the next GMA/CGC submission, the deadline's going to be April 1st. I need to have your cards before then because I'm shipping them on April 1st. So if you want them like pre-looked over or whatever, try to give your boy as much time as possible to get that done. What's up, CVC? Good to see you, my man.
What up? And then I'm also going to drop a link for our Facebook group. And let me grab your link real quick.
Cool.
I don't think I added it into the description of this video by accident.
Slacking on his boy. You see that? Not even linking me for all of this handsome I bring to the table.
Oh no, I got your channel in there. I just didn't have. I usually have the auction totally separate from it.
No big deal, man. That's another thing, guys. We do tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We do have a auction. It's gonna be pretty dope. You're gonna have multiple sellers bring in all kinds of different stuff. If there's any players or anything you guys would like us to bring, you feel free to leave a comment on this video, and we will definitely, try to pull as much of that stuff as possible. I did just get 2 grading submissions back last week. So I have all of my slabs from SGC and GMA, and I have Marty's slabs from SGC and GMA. So all of his stuff is going to be available in our auction as well. So there'll be tons of good stuff for you guys to check out this week.
I'll be clearing out more of my grading piles and prospecting piles, so you guys will see some more rookies in basketball. I even picked up a couple packs of Topps 2021, 20,
Nice.
yeah,
Did you
2021.
open them yet?
Yeah, I opened them. I didn't record. I tried to, and it didn't work out very well. I got to come up with some different thing for my pack openings because it just was bad. But you guys will see those cards because I don't know anything about baseball for the most part. I know I got some Mike Trouts laying around that came in those packs. I know they're not rookies or anything, but Mike Trout's a pretty cool player. So you guys will see that in tomorrow's auction.
Any Key Brian Hayes?
No, he's been crushing us. I've been listening to on the radio.
He's one that I'm actually going to probably pick up a little bit of, just because like he's a Pirate and like it'll give me a reason to buy some baseball.
Yeah, I think moving forward, you're going to see me dip a little more into football, baseball, maybe even a little bit of soccer, just because I want to kind of diversify and go wide in different sports. You know what I mean? Versus kind of just staying niche down into mainly basketball for the most part. So you guys will be getting all kind of different content moving forward from different things and things of that nature.
Oh yeah, I got some Bradshaw's Mama. Definitely bring some for you tomorrow. I'll bring any duplicate ones I have.
Yeah, I might have a Bradshaw, more modern Bradshaw, but nothing.
I have a mix of both.
See, Thrift Beast knows the soccer.
Yeah,
So that's what's awesome about soccer. Like, I don't know anything, but I know that name. You know what I mean? So like going after picking up cards like that, I can do that.
That's something I would have been wanting to touch base with you too. Is I've been talking with a buddy of mine from Australia. You probably know him or whatnot, but we've been talking about maybe doing like some kind of like international like collaboration type thing where we talk about like how sports cards are over in Australia type thing and different countries and stuff. And yeah, I think Chris would be a great person for that type of thing too. Just like bringing the whole Canadian aspect of it and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's up?
Mama wants to add their personal collection.
Nice.
But all right, guys, we're going to cut it off. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern on Pittsburgh's channel. I dropped the link above. Pittsburgh's channel is also going to be in the description, so definitely check them out. Sub to them. Click the nice little bell. This way you get all the notifications. And if you're not subscribed to myself, please do. It's free.
Yep.
And once we get to 2K, we're doing slabs and cash. So you want to be part of that. So we'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic evening and